I know no one I know no one's watching this. Um but whatever. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to it's not really an engine, but it's basically an engine for a type of game. And by the way, the type of game is that I remade the music for it in my last stream. And what I'm trying to do is make a general engine for this game type. What I have so far is this character class, and with this program, well, module or whatever, it's a Pygame based. So what it does is it has this characters array, a game state, predefined game state variable, and a character. You're not actually using this character class. It's just a blueprint for characters, and characters in this game are things that do things, basically. So this show menu portraits is what I'm working on. So what I have so far is this. It's basically what I want, but the problem is like I have the padding set for 20, and if like I were to change it to like something different, well then they don't show it all. But if I were to make it small, like 29 or something like that, the padding wouldn't really change, and that's what I'm trying to fix. So what I'm trying to do is have it where there's these squares. I'm trying to actually figure out the math for this. There's these squares, and then I'll just copy and paste this. I shouldn't have copied that, but I'll copy this one. And what I'm doing here is based on this padding, this padding, this padding, and this padding. And I'll write what these are. This probably isn't the best um, font for it. Uh, this is the left padding and the bottom padding. What I'm doing is making an array, not an actual array, like as in like a Python array, but a visual array of, or a matrix really, of these icons. For example, I would have an icon for one character, and then an icon for this character, and you get the point. Anyway, what I'm trying to do is figure out, I've already figured out basically the math for the, where is it? The amount of characters you would have, but I need to figure out, okay, every frame, no matter what's going to be offset by this left padding. So it's going to be for the position of each one. And the system I have for that is this position variable. Each one has a position. So you increase this position for each one, and if it maxes out, you set it back to 1, and then you increase the Y position by 1. And this is only basically a multiplier. It's not, it's obviously not like position 1. So for example, this would be 1, 1, this would be 2, 1. This would be 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. And this would be 0. No, not 0. 1, 2. 2, 2, 3, 2, and so on. This will be 1, 3. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this because in one row I have between these paddings I have um so let's x is the width of the tile. So I have the amount of tiles, let's say that's in, but I also have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have n minus 1 uh the amount of space I have minus the space that these takes up, which I guess I can't really put a variable on. But that would be divided by n minus 1, which is the screen width minus the total horizontal padding divided by n minus 1, which really isn't helping me, to be honest. I'll just throw this character in here because why not? The brown water peanut can have a tile. Anyway, I guess I should try to implement this now. Portrait X, this is the X value, and I think I'm going to just take all of this out to refactor this. Portrait X is going to have a constant, something to do with pad left. And I don't want it to, or maybe I should, but wait, let me see this model. Actually, yeah, I would want that. I want it to be immediately after the padding, so I don't want to add anything. But I need to calculate. No, I can't point. You can't see me pointing. I'll do a different color. This little um, difference in X position. And the way I would calculate that is take screen width minus the padding of the left minus the padding of the right, and then subtract this amount of characters, the amount they would take up, divide that by the amount minus 1 and add that, but only if it's not equal to the amount minus 1 because I don't want more right here. And then I have to figure that out for this padding or whatever. This will be really funny as a thumbnail. I'll save that. Okay. I guess I'll make another variable. Padding horizontal total is equal to the amount of characters on each column would be, wait, no, each row would be equal to the number of columns. So, wait, no, I don't need that for this. I just need the width, display dot width. Which I will need to get display dot get width minus pad L minus pad R. And just to be safe, I'm going to do that with the vertical. It's probably really inefficient, but it's not like I'm making some 3D ray tracing game. I'm not quite at that level yet. Okay. This portrait would have to be I'm trying to think of how to implement this. Because I need to implement this difference in x right here. So I guess what I can do is put this in a variable down here and say, I guess I'll put an add-on variable. I don't know if that should be a constant. Is okay. The add-on is equal to padding horizontal total divided by columns. Wait, no. Columns minus 1 if I don't know if I can make a one-liner out of this, but I'll try. If position 0 is not well, I don't want it to be on the first one. Wait, hold on. So I don't want to add it for the first one. That's actually the only one I don't want to add it for. So position not equal 1. Then I need else else 0. So portrait X would be pad left plus because let's see. For example, the third one would have in between it 2 of these and 1 frame width. Would actually have 2. So it would be the index minus 1 frame widths and the same for this, so I could simplify that probably. Pad 1 plus 2 times portrait size, which is this tuple. I want 0 plus the padding horizontal total. But this only covers the horizontal, so might need to add a vertical, which I haven't even gotten to the vertical yet. Thing is, this is like messing with flex boxes and CSS. We have to do everything manually, which I guess isn't that much harder. Rows. Would it be the same? It would be padding vertical total. Wait, no, I'm messing something up. Okay. Yeah, I need to edit this. Vertical minus rows divided by actually position 1, which I think would do the same thing. And then hopefully I can take this and just replace everything. And I'm adding this character portrait class so that when you set the level of the character, when I get around to that, the character will have a set level which will be appended to its directory in the class object. And now I need to, this might work, I don't think it will, but it might. I could save this. Might have something to do with this. 30, 30, 30, 30. Oh, now it's not showing up at all. I don't know why that would be. Wait, maybe, but yeah, I know why it is now. It would be, portrait. Portrait X and portrait Y. Wait, would it? Because I already set it as, wait, I don't think that'll change anything, will it? No. So I actually didn't need to change that at all. Okay. 2 times the portraits. Okay, hold on. I'll just take this out and hard code this temporarily. See if that might be the problem. That's not the problem. Character.portrait. Is this actually know what character is? Oh yeah, it does. For character and characters. This should at least show up. Is this still the same? Yeah. This. Is there something I'm missing? Show menu portraits. I don't know, maybe see if they're actually in there. Uh, what am I printing? Uh, Not seeing it. Well, maybe if I didn't put it after a while loop. There's definitely things in there. I just don't get why they're not showing up. Actually, this might have something to do with it. I haven't even figured out how many columns and rows there should be. I've been live for 22 minutes. So back to the drawing. You can fit, you would need to figure out, you would need to do floor division of the, I should really take this and put it up here, and take the padding horizontal total divided by the where is it? The portrait size 0 plus the add-on, which hasn't been defined yet, which is a big problem. I would need to figure out the add-on first. Okay, basically what I'm doing here is, what I could do is evenly space them. Figure out the amount I can fit, and then take the remainder and evenly space it out, which would be this x plus 1, with x being the amount of frames. How would I do that? First I would have to start with columns, the floor division. So obviously the portrait size would be important here. I guess I could remainder horizontal, really inefficient, but I'm doing it. Would be the padding horizontal, but that would require, I guess I could just try it, divided by portrait size 0. I want to fit as many as possible in here. Actually, all I would need is I would actually need to do modular division. And remainder vertical. And so the number of columns would just be the same thing, but with floor division. Okay. Let's change that to vertical. Then what I would need to do is, if it's not the first one, add the remainder divided by the number of squares, and that should fix it. The add-on would be, I would need to keep this if else, would be the remainder horizontal divided by number of columns. If it's not 0, else I don't want one. Then same thing here. Divided by rows. Then else 0. Don't know if this will fix it right away, but still nothing. Trying to think of the logic of this. It should work. I'm running this. I'm passing the screen. I don't know. Why not change it to 0? Hopefully this doesn't cause an error with the 0 division. I just don't know why it's not rendering. It's doing this forever, so it should. Let me try something. Just to test if it's rendering. See if it's actually rendering. It renders that. So that's not the problem. Menu image. The initializer is working right. This comes after, so that should be fine. Let me just should I do that? Hold on. No, there's not really a use in doing that. I've been trying to figure this out for 30 minutes. I'm I'm gonna figure out the flaw, and it's gonna be the easiest fix ever. Probably forgetting a bracket or something. We'll just add 100 onto these. See if they're like rendering off screen or something. No. Not rendering anything after it. Maybe this needs an update. Actually, I see the problem here now. What I'm doing is I'm adding I'm actually these should actually be rendering off screen. Maybe that's not the exact value. Maybe 300 will do it. I know what the problem is now. I don't know, but I know what the problem is. I should. I'm adding the total on instead of the offset. Let's see. Where did I put that? Add on, and then add on. Oh, there's one. Now I need to figure out why they're not rendering correctly. I think the rows and columns might be might have to be one less because of reasons. I'll try that. And change the offsets just in case. See if this is working functionally. Okay, that's looks about equal. I wouldn't say it's equal, but with the screen size, it probably is. Pad bottom, if I change that, let's see what happens. Okay, well they're still not rendering right. Okay. There should be some offset to this. It looks like I'm only rendering one. Okay, well that shouldn't happen. If it's at 0, it shouldn't do that. Okay, pad left, close that on horizontal. And if it's not 1, and if it is 1, then it would be 0. So it would be 0 plus the portrait size, which is probably what's going on here. If position 0 does not equal 1, else pad L, that might fix it. Okay, that's pretty much what I want. But they're only generating like this. I'm getting the remainder. I think what I need to do, just to make this a bit better, would be to not cram as many in here as possible, but maybe do like a half of that. So that would be 2 times that, 2 times that. Put the parentheses just to make sure. Now I don't think all of this is going to configure correctly, but there's definitely more than 2 in there. What if I lower it? Maybe there's something in here. If position 1 is less than, does not equal 1, else pad B. Should have put that in there, but it's still not doing anything. And just to make sure, see if it's doing that, which it's not. Actually, this is my problem. No, it doesn't seem that it is. All of this is the same. Wait, no, that would be need to be T. Okay. I'll put, just for now, put 30 on those. Now I need to figure out why this isn't doing it. That should be generating a lot more. And the thing is, it's not going down for some reason. Which I think I know why that is. And I do know why that is. And I'll fix that right now. Not fix it, but gonna show you what is happening. I forgot to incorporate the position. So now it kind of does something. But there's a big gap right here. Don't know why. Now I need to figure out how to incorporate the position into this. Oh, I know what's going on now. Probably. I was too focused on this example because there was 2 times 2. I would actually need position times position. Put that back. Position X. Wait, no, that's for this one. And then this one, position 0 for horizontal. Position 0, position L, 0. Okay, let's try that. Sort of what I want, but also not what I want. Actually, it's not at all what I want. Still not adding the other rows. Add on vertical. Actually, I don't need this. But also the spacing's messed up, so okay, what I want to do now is fit half as many as possible in here. Only half. So I'll set, it's always coming unplugged. I'll set this to this divided by 2. This remainder thing probably isn't good at all, but should really be using a different system. And I should really be starting with 0 instead of 1. How long have I been streaming for? It's probably a good idea that I stop streaming because, I mean, I've done some stuff, but I'm doing this from scratch.